Project 2025 will gut overtime pay protections. It's not just a policy, it's a direct assault on working class families, stripping away their financial security and forcing them into poverty. Richard Ojeda joins me today, and we are on page 592, and it says right here they are going after the Department of Labor. Richard, I don't have to tell you how extreme this is, do I?
No, it's actually sinister is what they're trying to do. And when we're talking about doing away with overtime pay, they're not technically going to do away with overtime pay. What they're going to do is they're going to create a 160-hour work month instead of a 40-hour work week. So what happens is these companies, what they'll do is they'll hire multiple crews, and they'll work you not 8 hours a day. They may work you 12 hours a day. They may work you even longer than that, because at the end of the day, they know that they can work you up to 160 hours, and then they can tell you to go home. They can tell you to go home, and then they'll bring on another crew to do the same thing that you've been doing, but won't allow them to go past 160 hours as well. And, at the end of the day, 8 hours a day working in an office, you still find yourself at times not having enough time to do the things that you need to do. And what this is sinister. This is them saying, you know what, instead of ever having to pay time and a half for people, we'll create a 160-hour work month, and we'll never let anybody get more than 160 hours that month. And that's where they'll be. This is just a way for corporations to be able to work people longer hours and get away with not having to pay overtime.
Without overtime pay, families will be forced to turn to food banks, not as a temporary solution, but as a necessity for survival. Richard, how do you think that this policy is going to increase reliance on food banks and these social safety nets?
I mean, we are already in a situation where we have a lot of people that are struggling. We know that we've got corporations that have been caught price gouging. Kroger's just admitted that it's been jacking up prices on things like eggs and the necessities, baby formula, stuff like that. I mean, it's absolutely sinister. And people that are at that level understand that when, we've got people that literally, if they get a little bit of a boost, it could take them to a different world, a world that they've never seen that's better for them and their family. And that's what they're striving for right now. And what this could do it could cut the legs out from under them. And, I'm going to tell you, I know of places that literally almost a large percentage of the people within the county requires food bank assistance. And I'm telling you, I've been to these food banks on the days of distribution, and the parking lot is filled. There's a line around the corner, and I'm going to tell you, it's tough when you see people in America that have to rely on those type of things, especially in places look at McDowell County in West Virginia. Back in the early 1900s, there was more millionaires that lived in that county than in the rich areas of California. They are the people that worked in the coal mines that created the steel that built this nation. And now, because of, the coal drying up, because of corruption, because of things like that, everybody has fled that county, and there's no opportunities. I mean, Walmart came in, and all the small mom and pop stores were run out of business. And then Walmart quit and left. And now there's nothing for a lot of those people. And the food bank is literally the necessity that they have to have. And we can see these popping up all over the place because they're going to be in great need. And folks, if you've got to see food banks created in every single community across this country, we're not on the right path. We are not on the right path. And once again, does Project 2025 talk about elevating the people in poverty? No, it doesn't, because that's not their goal. Their goal is to make filthy rich people even more filthy rich. and that's as good as it gets.